Hey, what's going on everybody? Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Hopping right on into today's content. Today we're going to be talking about the Pantera tribute debacle and how people are very opinionated and a lot of people are really mad, man. So this video is to talk about and dissect and analyze the Pantera show that just went down in Mexico a couple days ago at the time of this filming. Today is December 4th, so it just happened not too long ago, man, and yeah, it's really exciting for better or for worse, depending on who you ask, that Pantera, the entity of Pantera, is playing shows here in 2022, and I want to talk about it. So, obviously, we know that this is not the original Pantera lineup. We have Phil and Rex, however, we don't have the Abbott brothers. We have Charlie and Zakk filling in, and yeah, man, the show went down with a massive crowd in Mexico, and I have a lot of opinions about this. So I'm certainly not the first YouTuber to discuss this concert. However, I feel as though I have a unique approach to things just with life in general, yeah, I just want to kind of just shed some light on that. So after analyzing a lot of reaction videos and just listening to my peers as well as just reading their comment sections, it seems like there's a general consensus. Charlie did great. Zakk Wylde did Zakk Wylde. So in my opinion, I think Charlie really did capture the essence and the tone and the spirit of Vinnie Paul's drum playing and drum tones. I mean, just that shotgun blast type of sound is really evident in these videos that we're seeing pop up on YouTube. Granted, they're just cell phone audio, but just through these kind of poor quality audio videos, we can just really hear just how powerful the drums sound. And in my opinion, I think that is one of, if not the most important element of the Pantera sound. Now, I say one of the most important because obviously probably the most important, most people would say, is in fact the guitar tone and guitar playing. And after watching many clips of this concert, it's clear that Zakk Wylde isn't necessarily trying to replicate and capture Dimebag Darrell's tone and playing. He's trying to play the songs, but play them how Zakk Wylde would play them. To me, this Pantera tribute sounds exactly what it is. Pantera playing their songs with Zakk Wylde on guitar. And the only reason why I say it like that is because Zakk Wylde has one of the most distinct type of guitar sounds and guitar styles out there, you know, against anybody. He's one of the most recognizable sounds, and just with his flair and his vibrato and his pinch harmonics, his tone, the chorus, all the above, right? We can really pick out Zakk Wylde in a crowd. It's just really distinguishable tones and just playing. And in all of this, because it is Zakk Wylde, because it is Charlie, because it is not the original lineup and it's not the Abbott brothers, a lot of people are very opinionated about it. Here's one comment I found from another YouTuber's reactions to all this news. I won't put their name up or anything like that, but it reads, "Oh wait, none of these guys are relevant anymore, so they must need money. Ozzy is about dead and so Zakk is hurting. Phil needs meth money. I wish that dude was standing in front of me. I would beat the holy Ola out of him. Like should have been done a long time ago. This is the biggest disrespect to Dime and Vinny. You know damn good and well this joke would have never happened if those two were still alive. What a joke. And I heard Texas prices are starting at $700 a ticket. Not when I paid $18 to see them and that was too much. Let a good thing rest." So that is just one example of somebody just very angry at this Pantera celebration and tribute show and or run of shows. Here's another one. You forgot to add "sucked" quote unquote to the title in regards to one of these reaction videos. Zakk has made very little effort. He couldn't even do the solo for This Love, and it's easy his overuse of right hand is not doing it for me. Now, everybody is entitled to an opinion, but a lot of the opinions about Zakk Wylde's playing in particular seem to favor more into the negative side of things rather than the positive. And I think it's because the Zakk Wylde style is not replicating and emulating and paying the most accurate tribute to Dimebag Darrell's guitar playing. And so this brings me to the main focal point of my video right here. I really genuinely do not understand the anger and the hatred about this show and this run of shows. For me, somebody who I just think I like to enjoy life as much as possible and just enjoy things at face value and just try to have a good time while I'm on this floating rock in space for a couple of years in the grand scheme of things in this time-space continuum, I really don't see the necessity and the desire to just be incredibly angry about a rock concert. Now, I understand where people are coming from. This is not the original lineup, and unfortunately the Abbott brothers have tragically passed away and have really just had... Now, I'm not oblivious to the fact that the original lineup is not here, and the Abbott brothers had a tragic kind of, you know, saga to say the least, and it's incredibly terrible, right, with how everything went down and just the fallout with the band and all that stuff. However, seeing the actual videos of the people that did attend the show down in Mexico, you could just tell how hyped up and how amped up and how excited everybody was that was there, and how they just were seemingly having a great time. I mean, the crowd was bouncing like it's Woodstock 99, you know what I mean? It was so cool to see. I mean, it's just so fun to see people celebrating and enjoying music from a band that hasn't played a show in over 20 years. Almost 22 years, you know, going on here. So, like, it's amazing to see how this art, this music, this legacy of this original incarnation of the band can still be celebrated and tributed, if that's a word, can be tributed here in 2022. The art is outliving the original members, and we as a rock and metal fan base and community are able to keep that legacy alive. And in regards to Zakk Wylde's guitar playing, I love Zakk Wylde's guitar playing. I think it sounds awesome. Like, Zakk Wylde playing Pantera riffs and Pantera solos and Pantera songs, in my opinion, it's not a bad thing. Like, it's Zakk Wylde, dude. I think Zakk Wylde's sick, dude. Like, I look up to that dude so much. Like, the pinch harmonic is something that I incorporated into my guitar playing, and I kind of take inspiration from Zakk Wylde because he's the one that made that really, really popular, at least in my opinion. So anyway, man, like, I don't understand how Zakk Wylde playing with Pantera and playing Dimebag Darrell riffs is a bad thing. Like, it's gonna sound like Zakk Wylde, sure, but like, that's a good thing. Like, Zakk Wylde's amazing. I love his playing. I think he killed it. I watched a lot of these clips, man, and I think he killed it. Yeah, sure, it wasn't exactly to the T note for note, but so what, man? He's a rock and roll guitar player. He's a rock star. He's going for it. You know, he's a showman. He's a performer. That's just my take on all that. I love Zakk Wylde's playing. And so for me, my own personal take on the whole not paying the most accurate tribute to the guitar playing and the solos and the riffs and all that stuff, while I understand the people who are really dedicated to the guitar tone of Dimebag Darrell and the riffs of Dimebag Darrell, I think what is being missed here, at least in my opinion, is the fact that we have the ability to celebrate his life as well as his brother's life, Vinnie Paul, and we have the ability to go to a show and go in front of Phil and Rex and have them deliver the music that they helped create too. I mean, they're two-fourths of the puzzle as well, two-fourths of the pie, right? So just having them, as well as two amazing musicians who are incredibly, who are incredible legends in their own right, that is Charlie and Zakk, having these four gentlemen come up on stage and just celebrate this music that is incredibly old now, I think it's a great thing, man. I personally never got to see the original incarnation of Pantera live, so the fact that I'm on this earth at the same time as the tribute shows that are going on, and I have the ability and the opportunity, if I want to take it, to see Pantera's music play live, I view that as nothing but a positive thing. I don't know, maybe I'm just an optimistic type of person, but I see nothing wrong with celebrating this amazing music that is incredibly old now here in 2022. I see nothing wrong with going to a show and just having a good time and letting your hair down, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, guys? Like, I don't understand what the huge issue is. I really don't. I mean, here's a YouTuber that just put up a video 23 hours ago. Look at everybody, man. Like, they're so stoked. You know, and if you don't like these tribute shows, like, your version of Pantera still exists. You know, that happened. That was a thing. You know, like, the original four with the Abbott brothers, this isn't taking away from that. Your version of Pantera, if you think, like, it should just be left alone, that exists on its own. This isn't tarnishing that. This is doing nothing but celebrating it, in my opinion. But if your timeline of Pantera ends in 2001, that still exists, and you can have that as well. You know what I mean? Like, those aren't going away. Those memories, those albums, those stories, those whatever, they're not going away at all. So all in all, everybody, I don't know, to kind of wrap up this video, I'm always just trying to just be positive. I don't know, I try to spread positivity. I don't know if I'm failing or succeeding in that regard. Sometimes I think I'm failing. People just seem to be really angry anymore. But regardless, man, my opinion with this whole thing is nothing but a great thing. And it's a huge debacle, hence the title of this video. And people seem to be on opposite ends of the spectrum. I think more people are against it than they are for it, but the people that are for it are going to the shows, and they seem to be having a great time, man. So Pantera is going to be coming to, I think, New Jersey's the closest one for me, at the Giant Stadium with Metallica, of all people, next summer. I don't know if I'll go to that, but regardless, I have the ability and the opportunity if I want to spend a ton of money. Last stadium show I went to was the Rolling Stones, and Charlie Watts was still alive, and, you know, now he's gone, and that'll never happen again. So you gotta seize these opportunities and see these acts while you can, man. And you know, who knows? I might not even be alive next year. I hope I am, but you know, I have, you know, a limited time on this earth. I'm trying to, you know, enjoy it, and I think everybody should enjoy this Pantera tribute, you know? So everybody, that's going to do it for this video. What did you think of my thoughts and opinions? Leave all your thoughts down below, and I'll meet you down below in the comments, and we'll have a nice debate. I don't think it'll be cordial. I wanted to say a nice cordial debate, but I don't think it will. I think people are pretty angry at this, but you know, I'm trying my best, you know what I mean? But anyway, everybody, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe. With that being said, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay metal, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.